What's up, everybody? Josh Relentless Motorsports here in Dallas, Texas. Working on something of my own for my daily driver, but this is a cool little do-it-yourself project that I don't know if this is a common issue with Toyota key remotes. I know the Toyota and Lexus keys suck. I mean, I've owned Supras and all sorts of other Toyotas, and anyway, we're talking about Corrola key for my Corolla. 2009 Corrola S. That's the same key with the different logo as the Scion. Like Scion, I know the CC uses the same key. Anyway, what we're working with is, so my remote stopped working a couple days ago, and it would intermittently work. I couldn't figure out why. Turns out that these little SMD solder pads, as you see, they're kind of shitty. This piece here is supposed to be clipped to here to make contact the positive and negative of the battery, or the positive or negative. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the battery again. That's supposed to be that's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be held on, and you're supposed to be able to take your battery, which, if you don't know the part number for the battery, it's CR2025. Made in Japan. Energizer. Interesting. I didn't know that. Then again, I don't mess with batteries. So, this normally would slide into here, and it hold it in place. So what we're going to do, we're going to test this. I think that's solder. That should be solder. Oh, yeah. That's solder. That's solder. So the best way to do this, let me set this up to where you guys can see. Rest of you guys on my magnifying glass lens, that probably blow things up better, and it's clear, it's transparent, it holds the phone. We're good. See if we could get it to focus. Wow, that sucks balls. Okay, so there you guys can watch. So what we'll do is I like to use solder wick for SMD, which stands for surface mount components, and you put a little solder wick on it. I don't know if you can see in the video because it's bring you guys closer. Maybe it'll fucking work. Zoom it out a little bit. You gotta be careful with solder wick because it can rip pads up. But there you go. Suck the solder off that pad. Now you're gonna have a little residual. So what we're gonna do is, because a lot of you guys don't have a $4,000 solder rework hot air station, which is really what should be used for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the slide method, as I call it. So we're gonna take solder and put it on one of these pads, and we're gonna hold the solder hot, and we're gonna slide it into place, and then we're gonna let it cool, and then I'll tack it in like tack welding, and then you can go over and we can flow the other one in. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna take your solder, and no, you don't need to put a bunch of flux on this. The solder has flux in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of solder, just lightly dab it. You got a little puddle, let it cool. Good. Now you're gonna want to grab, I use, just because I have friends that are in the medical industry and I was able to get my hands on a good pair, I use hemostats. Granted, we're zoomed in, but alligator clamps with handles. So what we'll do is we'll take this, and we're going to heat our solder. It's melting. we're going to flow it in, hold it. Okay, as you see, this is one piece now. Now what we're going to do is we got to take the solder now, and we got to get the flow in on this other pad. So what we're going to do is you're going to want to try to get it up on the edge. Hold it there. And now we're going to have to take it and heat it. And actually, that's not working. Mind you, this is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me. Let's get that solder up off of there. That looks like donkey shit. So, anyway, what we can do is hopefully it don't rip the pad up. Okay, that's got a little residual solder over it. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna work better than the factory. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little solder. Oop, I'm doing it away from the camera. I'm sorry, guys. What we're gonna do is take a little bit of the solder. We're gonna melt it, flow it in. I'm gonna flow a little bit of solder in there. Hold it. It's gonna flow. It's gonna go all over the piece. And we're going to melt the solder back here, under here, build it up on this. Oop, I'm holding it. So what you're going to do is you'll take it, to get the solder under it, you'll puddle some up on it, you'll hold it, and what you're going to, be careful, this shit gets hot, you'll burn yourself. So what you're going to do is, let's readjust it, you'll go here, and then you'll flow the solder in. Flow the solder in. You can kind of drag it around. Then you want to look at it. We're gonna, if you look at the pad, I don't know if you can see there's a little bit pad that's exposed. So that's a good contact base. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to get some of that solder over on that. Solder and kind of drag it. That's a little bit too much solder for my liking on there. So we're going to vacuum a little bit of it up with a solder wick. Flow it in. And anyway, that is not the prettiest, but this is also a fucking $300 key. So hopefully that works. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our 2025 battery. Prop the camera up for a sec. Whoa! I knew something good would happen out of having my fat stomach. It's good for holding phones. Take this and slide our battery in. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. There's your buttons. Oop. There's your buttons for panic, and you've got your little immobilizer EEPROM, and you got your voltage regulator and your surface mount components. Pretty neat. If you're a geek like me, it's pretty neat. So anyway, you're going to take this key, turn this thing off, and pop that back in this rubber shell. Let's get the buttons, and then I'm going to snap that shell back together, and it works. Let's shut the light off so you can see. It works. So anyway, then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this key apart. Let me find a flathead screwdriver up in this mess of crap. And let me see if I can prop you guys up. So anyway, hold on. See it? There. We got the key. Be careful not to lose your buttons. Actually, I think I'm missing one of the buttons. Hopefully not. If not, you can buy a new key shell on Amazon, eBay. Stick your flathead screwdriver in it. Pop it apart. Pull your rubber pad out. And yes, I am missing a button. Missing the hazard, the panic button. Let's see. Anyway, I'll have to pop it apart and look for it a little later. It's cold out. I don't want to go out there. So, get your lock. You got your unlock. And then we got the trunk. Oops. We get the trunk button. I'm going to probably have to buy a new remote because this thing popped apart in the supermarket. And I think I lost the key. I mean the button on the floor in there. So what you're going to do, what you could do while you're in here too, I'm not going to do it on this because I don't really care about the daily. You could clean all the funk, I call it finger cheese, out of there. Now what we're going to do, take the shell and snap it back in. You got your buttons. I have to find that fucking button. Oh, I forgot. I forgot the button pad. Shame on me. So, pop this back out. Not a big deal. Take your button pad. It's kind of common sense how it fits. It's real simplistic. Oh, there's two little fingers up underneath here. Slides in. And take that, snap that in. And then the back key shell, which is right here, just goes over. So now, let's go see if it fixed it. Turn this light off. Anyway, check this out. I'll be right back in. Let's go out. Boy, is it fucking dark out here. So let's see if it works. Yep, it's working. Let's see if the trunk works. Trunk pop works. Ooh. Yeah, don't mind it. It's literally a daily driver. Trunk pop works. Can't see it. There's Lexus took it for a ride today. Let's see if we can get in here and see if I can find that other button. Let's see. Put my super bright LEDs on. Let's see the button fill in here. There's Lexus bolts. Oh, it's so dark out here in front of my place. I can't see. Oh man. I can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. Nothing to see here. Ow. That hurt. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy a new keypad for the remote. Because butt must have fell out in the store. Shit happens. The key shell's all beat up anyway. They're cheap. It's probably like $30 on Amazon. Not a big deal. If you can't come up on $30, I feel bad for you. I don't think you should be driving a car. Shit, nowadays it costs more money than that for gas. Unfortunately. And if anybody's in the government that watches this, stop taxing us people, man. It's ridiculous. You're all rich already. Anyway, close that. I don't know. Maybe the button fell out of the key being in the cart. I don't know. Anyway, that wraps up this video. Oh, and as you see, let's see if it works. Let's see if it starts. Oops, steering wheel locked. There we go. Sweet. Let's see. Yep. It works. Everything works. So, there you go. And that wraps up this video. Hope it was helpful. Thank you.